Today is day 182 of the year of streaming and learning to code. 6 months down. 6 more months to go. Yesterday we ended the first 6-month period. Now we are beginning the next 6-month period. Today is July 1st. Yeah. Pretty damn cool. So, with that said, we made an extra effort. Doesn't seem like much, but considering I've been trying to do it for 6 months, we finally got the Discord link set up in the friggin' Twitch channel profile info stuff. So the Discord link is functional. It is open to everybody. So, welcome all. Be sure to click that link, yo. Don't click that link, yo. Just do whatever you're comfortable with. So yeah, but the option is there and available to anyone and everyone who might be interested. That way it's just not me, Topher, and Critical Link hanging out in there. Although that's tons of fun. That's basically all we need to party. Yeah, it's, others can join the party. So what are we looking at? In addition to 6-month mark, we're going to set Code Wars to the side, and we're going to dive into freeCodeCamp. I literally just signed in, threw in the email address. Haven't even set up the icon yet for BDX Inc. I wanted to do this from ground zero. So let's get freeCodeCamp into the mix. I think there's even other sites. We might even add Treehouse to the mix. I'm not sure how many things I want to balance and juggle at the same time. So let's go ahead and set Code Wars to the side. And from here, we will continue on figuring out what freeCodeCamp has to offer. So, Day 182 commences. Welcome. You're now part of a supportive coding community. You can code online or in person with people in thousands of cities around the world. Go to my next step. HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript, databases, Git and GitHub, Node.js, React.js, and D3.js. You'll learn to code by completing code challenges and building projects. You'll also earn verified certificates along the way. Lastly, 3 of 3, freeCodeCamp. We're an open source community of people who learn to code and help nonprofits. San Francisco, California, USA, freecodecamp.com, repository. They got 94 people, 21 teams, projects, settings, pinned repositories. freeCodeCamp, how to contribute, good time. So all sorts of fun stuff. Pretty sure that's a screenshot, but either way, good info nonetheless. Then you'll get experience by contributing to open source projects used by nonprofits. This will help prepare you for a coding job. Let's get started. Finish challenge. But we're Americans. Get that, finish the people? Yes? No? Come on, these are the lame jokes. That's what they're there for. No one else is going to use lame jokes, and who else is going to use them? It's up to us to make sure that the shitty joke lives on. If we have, no, not if we have liftoff. We have liftoff. Check. You know what? This is the 3rd coding site. I'm still new to coding. I understand that it's been 180 plus days, but I'd like to note, this site also has a green check mark when something's completed or a job well done has been obtained. I guess the coding community really enjoys their green check marks. I mean, it's a reassuring thing, and a lot of things use green check marks to indicate they're completed, but it's been pretty unanimous across many different sites. I say many different. It's been the 3 main ones we've done, but each site has been very, very different from each other in how they operate. So to see something that's so similar across all of them, I just find that interesting. That's all. we're just thinking out loud here. No different than the last previous 180 plus days, or 6 months, however you want to look at it. Anyways, green check mark, we've got liftoff. Submit and go to my next challenge. Sure, why not? We could be into that. Hello. Okay, so the webcam, yeah, this guy. We are looking directly through your souls to the screen. It's blocking the bottom portion of the phone. Little bit of the white, mostly the home button. Just throwing that out there, but I think we can see all the essential stuff that we'll need to worry about. So what are we doing here? Say hello to HTML elements. Welcome to freeCodeCamp's first coding challenge. You can edit code in your text editor, which we've embedded into this web page. Do you see the code in your text editor that says h1 hello? That's an HTML element. Most HTML elements have an opening tag and closing tab. Opening tags look like this. h1 blah. Closing tags look like that. /h1. We know the drill. Note that the only difference between opening and closing tags is the closing tags have a slash after their opening angle bracket. Each challenge has tests that you can run at any time by clicking the Run Test, but once you get all tests passing, you can advance to the next challenge. To pass the test on this challenge, change your h1 element's text to say hello world instead of hello. Then click next. Then click Run Test button. Beautiful. Good time. So, Olo. Metrocity. Any Megamind fans out there? Will Ferrell? Brad Pitt? No. Perhaps. Well, it's worth a watch. Hello world. Yes, look at that. Bow to us, tiny phone, or large phone. It's really kind of hard to gauge size looking at this, but we'll assume it's an average phone. There's a lack of oxygen that's happening right now. Just wanted to throw that out there. Run test or control enter. You can get a hint? You can get a hint for world? Really? Running test. You're unstoppable. Mega green check mark. I'm liking the size of the green check mark. It's overly comforting. In a good way. Of course. Well, look at that. Herd of kittens. This is our kind of site. Headline with the H2 element. That went from a 1 to a 3. I don't know what these numbers mean, but I think it's probably better the higher it goes. Kind of like golf. Highest score wins, right? Yes? No? Not to upset any golf people. We know it's lowest score, but okay. When I play golf, it's highest score wins, because it's not pretty. Yeah. I would probably qualify for the blind team, maybe, on a good day. What are we doing with the H2 element? Something about something. We saw the cats and totally just stopped paying attention. Look at them. The two white ones hunting the middle brownish one. But that's life. That's how it happens. What are we doing? We were talking about kitten death, and now... Right. Over the next few challenges, we'll be building an HTML5 app that will look something like this. Cool. So, Instacat? Catagram? One of those. The H2 element you enter will create an H2 element on the website. I would only hope. This element tells the browser about the structure of your website. Oh, I already lost my place. There is something. My focus is still all over the place. Not gonna lie, kind of flustered. Tracking that Discord thing. I had tried. This is probably like the 4th time that I've tried to set up that that Discord panel in the Twitch channel itself? Yes. Because all the panels... So I make all the panels at... I think I've mentioned it before, at nerderdie.com. It's good times. Tons of great free streaming resources, especially for Twitch, but I'm sure they're usable for whatever other stream programs are out there. But it goes hand in hand with Twitch and OBS and anything like that. So they've got a lot of great free content on Nerd or Die. I use their free Twitch panel like editor thing, and I set all the panels to the same settings. That makes sense. Some of the color schemes change for whatever the site may be, whether it's Twitter, Facebook, or God knows what else, Patreon, all that. The color schema will shift per panel, but font size stays the same. I had done all the other panels earlier this year, prior to starting the year of streaming and learning to code. What show are we doing? That one. So I didn't remember all the numbers, all the exact font sizes and weights and values for all the sliders on the free creator thing on the site. And I've got an external hard drive, but it doesn't always open. So the previous attempts in the past, there's always been something. One of the attempts yesterday was prior to the stream, and the hard drive wouldn't open. So I'd taken a screenshot of all the same settings, because I'm that guy. But I ended up tracking it down after yesterday's stream. So, however, I procrastinated, of course, until basically the last minute to try and set it up before today's stream. So I was rushing to get this stream up, to have that panel, and then decided to sign up for freeCodeCamp afterwards. So we went big for tonight. That's my main point. So we're coming down off of that mad dash to make this all happen. Something about cats. That was an unnecessary story about free Twitch panels. The moral of the story, though, is that Nerd or Die is awesome. Great website. If anyone takes anything away from this stream, or the last 180 plus days, or even the year of streaming and learning to code, is that Nerd or Die is awesome. That's what we're here to do. What else are we here to do? We are here to do something with the H2 element. The H2 element will create an H2 element on the website. This element tells the browser about the structure of your website. H1 elements are often used for main headings, while H2 elements are generally used for subheadings. There are also H3, 4, 5, and H6 elements to indicate different and new sections. And an H2 tag that says cat photo app to create the second HTML element below your Hello World H1. All right. Does this do, just curious, Command Z? It does remember. Hot damn. Look at that. Look at this. You know what? That's not as pretty and as seamless as I thought it was going to be. I take all of that back. I thought I was going to have some... Oh, there we go. That's what I was trying to do. Nothing like forgetting what I was doing as I was doing it. Classy. Typical Steven. Forgetful son of a... what are we doing? Run test. Good, good. A winner is you. They must have a ton of these, just on a massive list that just randomly generates whenever you complete something positive, slightly motivational. Just a guess. I doubt anyone hard-coded each one for each activity. Submit and go to my next challenge. There's a lot of thinking. Are we? Let's look. That's coming across in the stream? No. The circles shimmying about. Do I click on something again? Maybe I just sit here and wait. Let's sit here and wait and see what happens. Why isn't Hello World on line 1? That's what I want to know. There's a lot of positive stuff on the screen, but there's a lot of waiting. So let's close this, try once more, run test. Submit and go to my next challenge. Yeah. It hates us. So, oh, boo. This page, freeCodeCamp org challenges in form with paragraph element, is currently offline. However, because the site uses Cloudflare's always online technology, you can continue to surf a snapshot of the site. We'll keep checking in the background. As soon as the site comes back, you will be automatically served. The live version, always online, is powered by Cloudflare. Hide this alert. Retry for live version. Browser is you. Cloudflare is Los Angeles. Host, freeCodeCamp. The error resides with freeCodeCamp. That's okay. We'll retry for live version. We can do that. Look at this. Back in action. Onwards to the new section. freeCodeCamp didn't fail us. They came through. Now we're up to 4. 4 something. I don't know. But we've got a 4 now, so we can put that on our resume. Just the number 4. Someone will know what that number 4 means. We're going to be there in the interview, and they're going to be like, I see you have a 4 on your resume, sir. I'm going to be like, it is a very nice 4. It's a very nice Earth. Yes? No? This is the Earth? That YouTube video? We've gone over this. There's a fly in here. We've got like 0 focus. What time is it right now? Why is it 12:15? If you're curious, the delirium of trying to do something every day for a year, especially considering that we're always doing this around midnight, it builds on itself. I don't know why there is such a huge lack of focus tonight. Maybe it's the fact that we've passed the halfway point, that it's been 6 months of this. I think that's the issue. Oh well, crazy person's choice. Onward, damn it. We are here to forge ahead. Inform with the paragraph element. P elements are the preferred element for normal-sized paragraph text on websites. P is short for paragraph. You can create a P element like this. Opening P tag, I'm a P tag, closing P tag. The P element below, create a P element below your H2 element. Give it the text hello paragraph. We're going to steal this guy as our example. Copy. I don't know why we also have the Family Guy theme song stuck in our head. We've had it stuck in our head for the last, like, 2 or 3 days, I think. But it's there. Hello, paragraph. Good morning, Vietnam. Over the top. Man, they know how to celebrate here at freeCodeCamp. I am telling you. Jesus. That check mark was any bigger, right? Eh? Yeah. She knows what I'm talking about. Commenting is a way that you can leave comments within your code without affecting the code itself. It's basically black magic, right? It's voodoo. Somehow, it just doesn't know what's being said when we comment something out. Commenting is also a convenient way to make code inactive without having to delete it entirely. You can start a comment with, I don't like this one. No, what happened to the good old days of the double slash or the the slash and the commenting out of such things, right? But this nonsense of having to construct this friggin' tag, I mean, my god. I'd rather delete the code than have to type that out. It's a lot. It's a lot. It is. I don't know who agreed to this. Someone agreed to it. It's not for me. Not for me. What are we doing? You can start a comment with blah, blah, blah and end it with blah. Uncomment. Uncomment. H2 and P elements. Will do. Uncommented. Uncommented. And we're getting rid of the space. Beautiful. B-E-A. Beautiful. Cranked it up to 11. Who was this excited writing out all of these things? My god. Is there a way to gauge progress? I don't know. I kind of feel like they're serious that we're going to be building this entire app from the get-go. I know it's our first activity, but maybe not. I did something wrong? Comment it out. Remember that in order to start? No. They gave us a hell yeah, you're an 11 out of 10, right? That was the last one. So this is a new section. It's just weird because I feel like a lot of the other ones had all red X's or mostly red, and now we've got mostly green out of the gates. Throwing it out there. Consistency, right? Comment out HTML. Remember that in order to start a comment, you need to use the stupid arrow thing, and to end a comment, you need to use the other arrow thing. Bastards. Here you need to end the comment before your H2 element begins. Comment out your H1 element and your P element, but leave your H2 element uncommented. What? I wasn't listening again. Typical, right? Comment out your H1 and your P element, but leave your H2 uncommented. Of course. How classy. Copy. Let's do this guy and copy that guy. Look at that. Look at that. Who saw that coming? Tubular. Really? They're digging deep for the times here at this site. Alright, freeCodeCamp. Fill in the blank with placeholder text. Web developers traditionally use lore ipsum text as placeholder text. The lore ipsum text is randomly scraped from a famous passage by Cicero of ancient Rome? Like Cicero of ancient Rome? Probably. Lore ipsum text has been used as placeholder text by typesetters since the 16th century, and this tradition continues on the web. Well, 5 centuries is long enough. Since we're building a cat photo app, let's use something called kitty ipsum text. Replace the text inside your P element with the first few words of this kitty ipsum text. Kitty ipsum door, blah, 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 something about shed everywhere, and stretching attack your ankles, and red dots, and hairball, and catnip, and grass sniffing. Sure. Sounds reasonable. We will copy this and begin to cram inside said paragraph. Commence the cramming. Boom. Beautiful. Look at that. It's one hell of a majestic paragraph, and they are pumped about it. How cool is that? Okay, so we're still making progress. We really have no sense of where we are in this lesson. I'd just like to throw that out there. I have no idea. Kind of makes me concerned, because usually I can gauge how long something would take At Code Academy, I could usually gauge how long something might take with Code Wars, but this, although easy stuff so far, we could be here for 6 more days. I don't know. We could be at the beginning of the lesson, we could be at the end. Maybe it never ends. Delete HTML elements. Our phone doesn't have much vertical space. Let's remove the unnecessary elements so we can start building our cat photo app. Delete your H1 element so we can simplify our view. Yeah, time to get deleted. Boom. You're welcome. Run tests. Cat photo app. Slimy son of a... power level. It's over... yeah, good. It's over 9,000. Fun. Okay, and we're submitting. No Family Guy theme song. Theme songs are for winners, damn it. And we're still working. Change the color of the text. Now let's change the color. We're building that cat photo app. They are not joking around at freeCodeCamp. Holy hell. Okay, freeCodeCamp. Change the color of your text. Now let's change the color of your text. We can do this by changing style of your H2 element. The style is responsible for the color of the element's text. The color style, here's how you would set your H2 element's text color to blue, H2 style color, blue, cat photo. Change your H2 element style so that its color is red, style, in quotes. Can't help it. And we're doing red, apparently. Look at that. I mean, it's just about perfect. I don't think there's much more we need to do. I don't see how we could make the app any better, right? I mean, it's got red text. Even Honey Badger cares. Yes. Yeah. Why wouldn't Honey Badger care? Okay, so from here... Typical. Use CSS selectors to style elements. With CSS, there are hundreds of CSS properties that you can use to change the way an element looks on your page. When you entered H2 style color red cat photo app H2, you were giving the individual H2 element an inline style. That's one way to add style to an element. But a better way is by using CSS, which stands for Cascading Style Sheets. At the top of your code, create a style element like this. Style, opening and closing. Inside that style element, what's that, little cat? Have we mentioned that little kitty is sleeping on the desk? If you're not familiar with little kitty, she's covered in fur. Oh my god. We said her name too many times, and now she's awakened. She's kind of like Beetlejuice and the Kraken combined, but like way more cute. Okay, now she's on the floor. We don't have to worry about her. She's also like Godzilla and will destroy everything in her path. Fortunately, she's migrated down to the floor off the desk, so I think we're in the clear. Something about CSS and then Godzilla Kitty? I don't know how we got sidetracked by that. With CSS, something about hundreds and hundreds of something, inline code, one way to add, cascading, at the top of your code, style. Oh, and then she yawned. That's right. That's why we looked over. Okay, we've got style. Inside that style element, you can create a CSS selector for all H2 elements. For example, if you wanted all H2 elements to be red, your style sheet element would look like this. Style, H2, color, red. Closing style stuff. Note that it's important to have both opening and closing curly braces. Ta-da! D-D-D-D-D-D. Opening and closing around each element's style. You also need to make sure Your element style is between the opening and closing style tags. Finally, be sure to add the semicolon to the end of each of your elements' styles. Delete your H2 elements style attribute and instead create a CSS style element. Add the necessary CSS to turn all H2 elements blue. Ask and you shall receive, damn it. Give the people what they want. Farewell inline code, you unloved, unwelcome son of a... And now we're tossing in fresh code. Super blue. Yeah. Thinking of Arrested Development. I blew myself? Remember? No? Tobias? Yes, well, you'll need to see Arrested Development if you haven't, but that's a thing. What are we looking at? I think that's basically it. Power up. Oh no, we're yawning. Why? Damn. No, it's okay. It's only 12:30. Just keep blinking and typing. We're gonna be fine. This is normal. We're used to this, right? Late night streams. Fucking terrible. I don't know why we can't stream at like 2 every day. In the afternoon. We could, and we should, but we don't. I don't know why. It's always like scrambling together right at like 11:57 or 11:58 for tonight's stream. Moments before midnight. Almost missing the day's stream. Force of habit, I suppose. What are we doing? Using a CSS class to style an element. Right. Why does no one like being on line 1? They keep updating our stuff and shimming it down. You know what it is? I think, even though it's not showing, I think it's because line 1 is supposed to be... I'm drawing a blank on the exact format. I thought it was... the angled tag carety things. Maybe it was commented out, but I thought it was because it needed to be like document. Oh, that's not document. You know what's going on, like HTML, or I don't recall what the formatting is supposed to be, but one of those things. Because you're supposed to tell it what type of language it is at the top. So that's my only guess as to why line 1 has consistently been empty when we keep moving things upwards. Not important. Not important. Focus on the issue at hand. Classes are reusable styles that can be added to an HTML element. That can be added to HTML elements. Here's an example of CSS class declaration. Style.blueText, color blue. Style, you can see that we've created CSS class called blueText. Within the style tag, you can apply a class to an HTML element like this, h2 class blueText cat photo. Note that in your CSS style element, classes should start with a period. Ta-da! Period, blueText, or dot, whatever you... well, clearly it says period. Anyways, in your HTML elements class declarations, classes shouldn't start with a period. What the What? You can see we've created a class called this. You can apply like so, class blue. Note that in your CSS style element, classes should, in your CSS, yes, it should start with a period. However, in your HTML elements class declarations, ta-da, no starting with a period. You just throw blueText in there, and you throw caution to the wind, and hope it all turns out for the best, right? Probably not. I don't think we're actually talking about code anymore. Inside your style element, change the H2 selector to dot red text and update the color's value from blue to red. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. What now? Inside your style element. Change the H2 to dot red text. Aha. Yes. Right. I thought they wanted me to implement the HTML stuff as well, but I didn't see like base text stuff to manipulate, so I didn't know if they wanted me to throw it in ourselves, but no, that's not actually the case. Here, they want red text. Here, they want red. Ugh, why does the yawning keep happening? Taking on water. Actually, we're not taking on water. We're nowhere near water. Oh, something. They're super pissed about something. Your HTML, your H2 element should be red. Oh, okay. They do want us to add all this good stuff in here. Bastards lied to us. Can you believe that? And we're pasting red text. Yeah. Red guy. Da-da-da-da-da-da-dee-doo. Am I totally missing something? Red text, red text. Oh, run. No? What the deuce? Oh, you confused son of a bitch. Okay, gotcha. We're changing H2. I'm an idiot. I was, yeah, shiny colors. Don't mind me. We're changing. Is that highlighting? It is highlighting. It's hard to tell because they've got gray highlighting with a pink background. This H2 to red text. I thought they were talking about color itself. I was like, that doesn't make sense at all. Why is this not working? Because that's not working. We did need to add this, but we also needed to change that. There we go. Everything's hunky-dory, copacetic, whatever positive phrase you prefer, that's what it is. You did it. Onwards to said next challenge. Style sheet. Go time. freeCodeCamp. Something about style multiple elements with CSS class. Remember that you can attach classes to HTML elements by using your class here, with the relevant elements opening tags. Remember that CSS class selectors require a period at the beginning like this, .blue text, color blue, but also remember that class declarations don't use a period like this, class blue text cat photo. Apply the red text class to your H2 and P elements. You got it. Maybe we jumped ahead. This already has it for the H2. What's going on? Did I misread something? I feel like this is what they wanted. Woohoo! That is what they wanted. Like incredible. Oh my god. Death. We are not usually this yawny during our stream, right? I don't feel like we usually are. Although today was another long day. 3 long, needlessly long days in a row. Not difficult days, but just long days. That's what I've been dealing with. Change the font size of an element. Font size is controlled by font size property like this, blah, blah, blah. H1 font size 30 pixels. Create a second paragraph element. After the existing P element, with the following kitty ipsum text: purr, jump, eat, ripping the couch, scratched, sunbath, bathe, sunbathe, shed everywhere. Oh my god. It's like they're looking into this household. Rip the couch, sleep in the sink, something about fluffy. Okay, good, yes. Cats are adorable. We get it. Let's take this. La dee da dee da dee da dee dee. La da 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 dee da 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 do 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 dee 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 dee. What are we focused on? Let's take these. And we're shoving and we're pasting and things are happening inside the same style tag that contains your red text class. Create an entry for P elements inside the same what now? Oh, yes, inside here. But we're doing... No, that was a heavy hit to the keyboard, but we totally missed the enter key and got the shift key instead. That's why nothing happened. So, inside style, red text, create an entry for paragraph elements, P, curliness, yarg, matey. No pirate talk either. Font size, 16 pixels. 16. Oh my god, I hit the space bar. Bad Steven. Bad Steven. We're losing motor skills as we go on. I don't know how long this activity goes for. I was thinking of just doing like a quick little sample thing. Or in the beginning, they had the welcome 3 screens. They just kind of throw you into the fire here. I mean, if this was your very first day of coding, this is, I mean, how do you know when it ends, right? Do 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 do. Note: due to browser implementation differences, you may need to be at 100% zoom to pass the test on this challenge. Also, please not add a class attribute to your new P element. Aha! The new P element does not get the red text. It is simply font size. Yarg, Thundercats. Good. What's happening? Can they just give us a hint of how many activities there are? We're really building the whole app. That's what I don't want to come to terms with because it's so late. I don't want to keep forging ahead, but we have to. Because we can only stop at good stop points for some arbitrary reason. I don't know why. That's just what we started doing 181 days ago. That's why we stop after one Code Academy activity or after finishing one Kada on Code Wars. Like, it's what you do, but this has no end. It's never ending. Happy thoughts. This is what we asked for. This is why they say, careful what you wish for. Shit happens. Set the font family of an element. You can set the element's font by using the font family property. For example, if you want to set your H2 element's font to sans serif, you would use the following CSS. Yeah, sure, why wouldn't we? Make all of your P elements use the monospace font. Yeah, you don't. Period. Paragraph. Code Academy, they had a lot of their stuff alphabetical. That probably doesn't matter at all, but maybe it's worth mentioning. And we're tabbing. Good. Okay, so we're running. No, monospace. Bad Steven. Copy. Monospace. Yeah. Did I do something wrong? I kind of feel like I did something wrong. Your P elements should use the font monospace. Oh, and I just copied H2. Hold on, so we didn't even need to create a new one. We can just put this down here, because we can. Yeah, that's what we wanted. Not this, that's just noise. We're losing it. Little kitty, how are you doing? Your powers combined. Submitting. You're here to either nap or to sabotage the stream. Little kitty is an omen in most countries and most cultures. The sign of the little kitty spells doom. Yeah, good, good. Import a Google font. Little cat, only because I'm so exhausted, I'm not even caring if you're moving the mic. What are we doing? Look at your tail. You have a tail. See this? This is her tail. These are facts. Will you stop highlighting and typing things? Oh my god, that was a little kitty. Why do you have so many question marks? That's what I want to know. Totally not necessary. Let's do that. The universe has been restored to its balance. Import a Google font. Now let's import and apply a Google font. Note that if Google is blocked in your country, you'll need to skip this challenge. How do you skip it? I don't want to skip it, but it'd be nice to know. You know, in case a friend asks, or maybe a friend's tired and had a long day and their cat's walking on their desk. Okay, I want this to be over with. But it's not because it's not fun, it's just because I'm exhausted. But oh my god, little cat. Do you see little kitty highlighting things? All of that highlighting was her. This is me. We've resumed control. What are you looking for? What are you doing, little cat? You've been pacing across the desk like 3 or 4 times now. Hey, love you. Will you just go back to napping? You have a whole bed over here that you can nap on. I hope you're not just following... Yeah, you're just following my fingers so you can be scratched. Typical furries. Good. What are we doing? So if Google's blocked in your country, one, is there really a point to life if Google's blocked? I mean, come on. That's gotta blow. Not quite that bad, but pretty close. Google's good times. So yeah. Feels bad if Google's blocked for your country. Maybe we can set up like a GoFundMe campaign for your country. Get Google there. What are we doing? First, you'll need to make a call to Google to grab lobster font. Nothing makes sense right now. We've passed delirium. There's a cat wandering around on the desk, and we're concerned about countries that don't have access to Google, and it's bad. It's bad. We're deteriorating by the second on this stream. First, you'll need to make a call to Google to grab the lobster font and load it into your HTML. Copy the following code snippet and paste it to the top of your code editor. Link, hrefs, fonts.google, CSS, family lobster, relation style sheet, type text /CSS. Here we go. At the top of style or at the top of your code editor. Line 1. Boom. Look at that. Lobster font. Roadhouse. Family Guy Roadhouse? No. Or the Patrick Swayze Roadhouse. Whatever you prefer. Both are pretty similar. Something about lobsters. I think little kitty left. Thank God. Let's try and make as much progress while she's gone. Now you can set lobster as the font family value on your H2 element. Apply the font family of lobster to your H2 element. Do they want inline or for us to do it in the style sheet. Tough call. I feel like they want us to do it in the style element, but they're kind of ambiguous, right? So I don't know if we're supposed to do an inline lobster or a more thorough lobster, if you know what I mean, right? Yeah, so that's what we're up against. Hey, Topher! Ooh, freeCodeCamp, exactly. Oh god, it did the new Twitch app, I touched something, my finger grazed the corner. Hold on, I'll get back. Chat. Yes, there we go, okay. Yeah, freeCodeCamp. Fun fact, fun question. When does this activity end? Because it's been, I know I'm not the fastest coder, we get distracted by little kitty who just left. It's been like 50 minutes, and we're still on the introductory thing, the cat app. And this is a 15. This was a 1 when we started. Do you have any idea, Topher, how long this goes on for? They said we're going to make the cat photo app, and I, honest to God, believe them that we're actually now... I didn't believe them for the first, 7 sections, but now that we're at 15, I think they're going all the way with this thing. And, basically, I'm sleepy, and I want to know when I can go to bed, because I refuse to quit until we reach a good stopping point, and I don't know if I can leave and come back to this, and I don't really want to until I reach a good stopping point, but that's all. Hopefully your night's going well, but if you can provide some insight to that, that would be kind of awesome. If not, Lobster Fest. That's what we're doing. I want to put lobster... I want to put lobster up here. That's what I'm going to do. All right. Dee 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 doo, ba da 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 dee 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 lobster, doo doo lobster, doo 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 crustaceans. Huzzah! We're singing about crustaceans. Clearly, if it's not obvious that we have reached delirium, we have. It's pretty bad. Steven versus the lobster. Fuck, and little kitty's back. Oh, thank God she's on the bed. She's hunting the TV remote or something. I don't know. H2. She's touching the mic, isn't she? God damn it. Font family lobster. So copy lobster. Will you... just, at least she's not jumping on the keyboard. Oh my god, you are clicking on things. You furry abomination. Will you... No, you're making things worse. I don't have the mental capacity, little kitty, to piece this nightmare together. Not monospace. Lobster space. What a fun font. Okay. Lobster in the house. That is a fun font. Let's run the test. The town is now red. Thank God. Submitting challenge. Onwards to God knows where. Okay. Topher, you can check your progress. Bullshit. Where can we see our progress? In the map, in the navigate. Oh. See, but they don't show the progress here in freeCodeCamp. They show your well, okay. Code Wars, they don't really show... They do show progress, but you can see the activity as a whole from the get-go, right? So that's different for Code Wars. But Code Academy, if it was, 20 or 30 pages long, they'd indicate it. Or 5 pages. No. They're keeping it a secret here in the activity. I know they are. We'll open up a new tab. This once. Oh my god. No, there's no way in hell. Oh, thank God. Okay. I was like, there's no way we've only done 4. 5 hours? Are you serious? Did I start a 5-hour journey at midnight? Over my dead body. We're not doing this for 5 hours. You really do create a map. This is an entire... And oh, great. So they go from a 5-hour lesson to a 5-minute lesson, and then another 5-hour lesson. Who's doing the pacing for these lessons? Right? Dear God. Anyways. Okay. A breather, perhaps. Jonathan Caves. Caves. So, day 182. How do you feel about your progress thus far? It's been good. 6 months down. Yesterday marked the 6-month mark. What was it? June came to an end, and now we're beginning the next 6-month period. Part 2 of the year of streaming and learning to code. Today being July 1st. No, now technically today's July 2nd for where I is. But it's going well. I know Code Academy isn't, and I can see it. The more and more I code, even as I was going through Code Academy, I could see the shortcomings. They were obvious. There were a lot of little quirks and issues. I'm still, however, in hindsight, glad and kind of, I don't know if grateful is the right word, but definitely glad that I went through Code Academy, because it really did give a good perspective on how all things are really like tied together. How the HTML and CSS function and how JavaScript works, and seeing how all the languages are tied together, their shortcomings, just how they function differently, things like that. And the other thing, even though it does kind of, it teaches you the fundamentals, really the main thing that I'm grateful for is that it teaches you how to read the code. And that's the thing that, like, learning a lot of things, especially when you go to get help from people with a lot of expertise, even though they've got an understanding of, like, end game, where you should be and what you should focus on in the beginning to get you to accelerate to higher levels and better understanding at the end, they forget those like half steps. It's, you know, even though you're starting at square 0 or square 1 and you need to take that first step to square 1 or square 2, whatever your preference, 0 indexing, if you will, how to get that momentum. Like, there's so many micro steps and under things, tiny concepts that they go over here at Code Academy that most places, I say most, just a lot of the reference material that I've seen, whether it's at MDN or Stack Overflow, what are some of the on W3 school or whatever, all that stuff, they've got great examples, but they're good examples if you know how to read that code. I know a lot of them are straightforward for the basic things, but there's still that gap if you don't know anything about JavaScript. Looking at those examples on your very first day doesn't quite mean anything. So Code Academy was really good about teaching you how to read the code and to interpret that. So all that reference material out there is way more useful. Code Academy was the first like 150 days. That was great. Code Wars has been awesome. If there was some way to fuse Code Academy with the activities from Code Wars, because they got like these final projects and stuff, which I didn't, all the final projects are paid for. Topher, right here, yes, good guy, great guy, great, extremely helpful over the last 180 plus days of assisting, guiding me on my journey. He pulled one of the Katas from Code Wars to do as a final project, so that was tons of fun. If there was some way to fuse Code Academy and Code Wars together and now experiencing freeCodeCamp. This is also a great environment. I want to say better than Code Academy, but this is definitely far more focused. This is like building this app. As you can see, building the one app, 5-hour thing. So anyways, it's been interesting. It's been good. I've hit the reset button every couple days. So it's not... Yesterday, someone made a comment. I'm drawing a blank. Also, another helpful person, Matt Gaming. He made the comment after 182 days. I was a JavaScript Kata at Code Wars. You should have JavaScript mastered. And I agree. JavaScript is very basic, but it hasn't been 180 days of just JavaScript. It's been 180 days of, Jesus, I don't know, the like 15 different languages we learned at Code Academy, restarting every 2 weeks from scratch, and then checking out Code Wars, which has been like 14 days of JavaScript. So it's been interesting. It's been a unique path, but I've enjoyed it. And so far, so good. Anywho, that was probably a far, far longer answer than you were looking for. But that's how I feel about the progress so far. Topher, you do the pacing. It's a go-at-your-own-pace course. Oh. So it's not a do all of this right now, and you don't get to eat until you finish program. Fascinating. That's what I was used to from Code Academy, which we would do some things halfway through. But 5 hours, go at your own. Good to know. So this journey should take about 5 hours, but I can do whatever the hell I want with it. That's awesome. Well, that takes so much stress off because it's already been an hour of streaming for tonight, so that's cool. All right. You don't master programming concepts in 181 days. No one does. That's helpful. Plus, the other thing is I've enjoyed seeing that learning process, how to get the ball rolling from all these. I know it's still a few sites, but we've seen plenty of different resources, especially at Code Wars. We've been Googling Code Academy. We did everything in Code Academy. Kind of like freeCodeCamp. Code Academy had everything in the lesson. The instructions, the examples. I've done however many activities here. 15 things. 16 things down at freeCodeCamp. Haven't had to Google a single thing once. At Code Wars, it's been, I don't know how many, I think it's been like 16 days. I think it says where I signed up, or when I signed up. But it's been about 15 or 16 days, I think, at Code Wars, since June. June something. No, July. I don't know. Mid-June. It's been about 16 days, and every single day I've had to Google something. I've been having to leave Code Wars to go figure out how to do it, because it's just the challenge. It's just the activity. So there's just been a lot of different perspectives on how to do and how to complete, where you go to reference the material, and I've enjoyed seeing the different perspectives in all the different environments. It's been a strange path I've gone down, but I've enjoyed it when it's not painful. There are many days my soul feels itchy because something seems wrong. Most of the time it's me, but usually someone helpful like Topher is able to guide me back in the right direction. You learning to get a dev job. In the end, I suppose, it really all started, the shortest version I can make it. I wanted to stream. I got one of the Elgato HD60S capture cards. I've got an old Mac Mini. The capture card was too good for my computer. Too low of specs on my old Mac Mini to use it. So I wanted to still stream anyways and do a daily stream and just get used to streaming. So I figured, hey, my computer can handle streaming Code Academy or Code Wars, and I just decided to learn how to stream, or I decided to stream me learning how to code every day, and it kind of consumed the stream. So I need to try and actually stream games now. I can stream through my Xbox One. I'm saving up for a better computer, better rig that can utilize the capture card, but that's how I got here, was just trying to make the best of what I have. Learning how to find answers is just another part of the journey. That is a valuable skill. See? That's what I was thinking too. And seeing all these different perspectives, especially different perspectives, Code Academy, each lesson, it was helpful. They went over learning HTML like in 3 or 4 different courses, probably I think 4 different courses, and there's multiple. They had like JavaScript in at least 3 courses. I know there's also React.js and AngularJS, JavaScript-y, but for JavaScript specific, it helped provide perspective on what they focus on. They being kind of Code Academy themselves, but the industry, Code Wars. Of all the CADAs I've done, I've been able to use JavaScript for every single one. And they show what languages you can use to solve the activities. So each place has been really unique. There are some similarities, but each site is different in providing a perspective. And when I see those similarities, especially at different sites, that's cool. It lets me know what is important industry-wide, if you will, on what I should be focusing on, or at least making a mental note of. Just make sure you understand the answer you find and don't just copy and paste. Yes, that's especially at Code Wars. At least for Code Academy and freeCodeCamp, usually they're pretty thorough. Usually what their example is the answer, but you end up reading through why and how that is here. At Code Wars, since they don't have the instructional section, it's just the task at hand. I'm hesitant to use the suggestions in chat, even though I know they're the right answer, but I'll usually ask through until I better understand what exactly something does, like the mapping or the constant, which now I've got a better understanding of the constant and the map stuff and all that. So yeah, good times. I think with that said, we can close out of those. We are going to forge ahead a little bit further, but I think we're definitely reaching the closing side of all this stuff. So what did they want us to do here? As we refocus once more, specify how fonts should degrade. There are several default fonts that are available in all browsers. These include Monospace, Serif, and Sans Serif. Ugh, we're losing our minds. It's after 1. We're going to land this bird. We're going to do this. When one font isn't available, you can tell the browser to degrade to another font. For example, if you wanted an element to use the Helvetica font, but also degrade to sans serif font when Helvetica wasn't available, you could use this CSS style: paragraph, font family, Helvetica, sans serif. Now comment out your call to Google Fonts so that the Lobster font isn't available. Notice how it degrades to the Monospace font. We are commenting. No, bastards. HTML, we have to do the ridiculous arrow thing. Stupid caret, exclamation, and the goddamn hyphens. Happy thoughts, Steven. It's a dumb way to comment things out, but whatever. No, it doesn't like that one. It's in the other direction. Hyphen, hyphen, and caret. There we go. That's gone. I think everything's fine, possibly. Let's run it. Ta-da, you rock. Too kind. And we're submitting. 5 hours to make that app. Interesting. Add images to your website. I think this will be the last one, because we made it an hour, and it was brutal. You can add images to your website by using the image element and point to a specific image's URL using the source attribute. An example of this would be image source, www.yourimagesource, blah. All image elements must have an alt attribute. The text inside an alt attribute is used for screen readers to improve accessibility and is displayed if the image fails to load. Let's add an alt attribute to our image example above. Image source blah 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 .jpeg alt author standing on a beach with 2 thumbs up. Note that in most cases, image elements are self-closing. Try it with this image, http blah blah relaxing cat. Noted. So we have, where do they want the image to go? Do they care? Below the paragraphs, above, in between? We can try in between. It's kind of a weird space for it, but I'm okay with that. Well, yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. Copy. Yarg. Copy this. HTTP. Boom. And yeah. Kitty stuff. That's what we're going to highlight it as. Boom. Kitty stuff. Nice. All right. So, with that said, run test. Beautiful. Off the hook. Maybe they really did, after looking at the map, maybe they hard-coded each congratulatory response into each one. I don't think they did. I think they've got a list of like 6,000 congratulatory statements, and it just randomly spits out whatever for each one. But good on them if they hard-coded each one of these. Let's see, what's going down. So I think we will be stopping. Hopefully most of this HTML CSS stuff is easy for you. Yes, yeah, definitely. It's mostly a walk in the park at this point. A lot of rinse and repeat. I feel like basics of HTML, there's not much more to it than exactly this. I don't know if, I think Code Wars has HTML and CSS. I don't actually know. My concern is that it's too basic and they aren't doing any challenges with it, because I don't know if that's something you can challenge one to. Or war over. I don't know what they want to refer to it as there at Code Wars. Kata? Caillou? One of those. They've got all their fun lingo at Code Wars that I'm still getting used to. The other thing, as I had mentioned earlier, for similarities across coding stuff, Code Academy, Code Wars, and freeCodeCamp love their green check marks when you complete something. I guess that is a unanimous coder thing for a job well done, is some form of green congratulatory check marking. You did it. Something to indicate a good job. So that's that. Let's go ahead, submit this. We will do the next thing, but we are basically, we're good. We're set. Dunsies. Size your image. We'll deal with the size tomorrow, but that is a damn good cat photo app that we have so far. As far as the base template goes, I guess we just stop here. I'm really not sure with freeCodeCamp. We'll get more familiar with it. We'll bounce between Code Wars and freeCodeCamp. Maybe some days we might do both. We might do a couple days of freeCodeCamp. We might do a couple days of just Code Wars. Maybe a couple days of bouncing between the two, or doing days where we do both. We really need to try streaming gaming into the mix. We've made it to the 6-month mark. We're halfway through. We need to step it up. As a side note to anyone else paying attention who wasn't here earlier, we did finally add the Discord tab to the Twitch info, channel info, the Discord panel to click on. So yeah, that links. It's the forever non-expiring link version. But it only took 6 months to set up, but we finally did it. So there you go. Discord to your heart's content. And yeah. Breath of the Wild stream coming soon. Hopefully, I mean, once I get a new computer, the computer I'm looking for. So I'm dealing with a weird desk setup right now. I'm using a Mac Mini because I literally have that much space for a Mac Mini on my desk. I've got like a 4-foot desk. It's bad times. There's a bed. There's a closet here. I've got very limited space. This is where the webcam goes. The computer I'm looking at is from Zotac. Boom. Kind of small form factor PCs. And it's basically exactly what I need. Because I'm looking to do a big step up. I am all for paying more up front, writing that tech wave out for as long as possible. Why is it not loading? Those bastards. It's doing something. Anyways, they've got a slew of me PCs, and I want to get preferably one with either a 1070 or a 1080. The 1080 one is liquid cooled, which I know is nice, but really it's mainly, I'm excited about the liquid cooling because it'll be quieter. Because it sounds like from the reviews online, the 1070, although mostly quiet, the fan's blowing. And I'm dealing with my Mac Mini that has the fan from, I don't know what. I always reference a Black Hawk helicopter because that's what it sounds like when the fan kicks in when I'm streaming. So hopefully I can get a stronger, small form factor PC with a relatively quiet cooling solution. And that would just be bitchin'. It's really thinking about streaming, thinking about loading that web page. Not a big deal. We'll close out of that, but that's what we're looking at. The new DLC. I haven't done the new DLC. I haven't even tried it. I've been dying to play. Have you done the new DLC, Mr. Topher? Is that a thing? I don't know if this DLC actually added a lot of the stuff that I was looking forward to. I know it adds like the path thing, which I kind of want to see where I've traveled because I've gone all over the place, especially in preparation for the end game. So, yeah, there was a lot. No, I haven't done it yet. Yeah, I've been meaning to. The last 3 days have been freakishly busy. I don't actually remember what I did 2 days ago. Yesterday was a full day plus an Angels game, so I was out of the house. I almost did live streaming from the Angels game because yesterday they updated the Twitch app for the new look, and now you can live stream from the Twitch app directly through your phone. So that is awesome. I was thinking if I don't code, because it was a night game at the Angels game, or at Angels Stadium, and I hadn't streamed yet, so I was thinking about not streaming coding, but that just seemed wrong, because it was the year of streaming and learning to code. And then streaming baseball, but anywho. So, yeah, Breath of the Wild. I definitely think I will stream Breath of the Wild. I'm glad I played it in its entirety before streaming it. because I got to fully absorb all of the goodness without having to perform, right? But yeah, we're getting there. Another thing on my to-do list is Raspberry Pi emulator stuff. My friend just set up their Raspberry Pi emulator thing. They got it working. I think they got the parts either last night or yesterday, and it's up and running today. I think I'm going to go check that out tomorrow. Although I've got a lot of the classic consoles, the Super Nintendo and the N64, but I think Raspberry Pi will definitely make it easier. I think I could even run emulator stuff on my computer, but that's neither here nor there. So, good times. We're going to power down day 182. 6 months down, 6 months to go. Huge hat tip to Topher Gates, by the way. Topher, thank you for guiding us, supporting, making sure we don't fall apart over these last 6 months in our journey on the year of streaming and learning to code. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead, back out of this. Is there a home page? Is there like a profile thing? We still need to set up our stuff. See, the what's it called? You know what it's called. Profile thing, the BDX thing. Add all board. I clicked on the freeCodeCamp thing and it brought me to border stuff. Weird. I guess there's no official back out homepage. Good times. Well, I guess we're just ending it here then. Topher, good night, man. Good night to you. Thank you to anyone and everyone who stopped by to view the stream. Any accidental views or stumbling in here, any and all views are greatly, greatly appreciated. We are jumping over to OBS. Stopping the stream. The adventure continues tomorrow with day 183 of the year of streaming and learning code. In the meantime, are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.